guys. Okay, next we have Jim Liao photography. Hi Jim. Can I have you up here, please? So basically, Jim is the current owner and the principal master photographer of a very successful studio, Jim Liao Photography in KL since 2007. He is assisted by his beloved Ella Ning. Is she here?
Yeah, she's over.
Jim is a very well-respected speaker and member of various photography associations. Started his trade in England and before coming back to Malaysia. And he has won numerous awards, such as the International Overseas Avant-Garde Wedding Photographer of the Year, honored with a fellowship from the Masters Photographers Association in United Kingdom, and for his outstanding photography works, and most recently was awarded the Best Male Photographer by Wedding and Portrait Photographer Malaysia. Wow. So, Jim, could you just tell us, like, how do you start up your current website, and what are the things that you are more particular in the design and things like that?
Okay. Well, basically, I have to say I'm quite lucky because I have one of my partners, basically like Andrew. Andrew actually is the one that will design my website and things like that. What basically what we want is like my idea, because I'm a photographer. I kind of like my audience or my viewers on my website is to be very straightforward. We try not to put in a lot of text, but a lot of images is possible, and easy clicking, easy access, friendly using, and things like that. And basically we want it to be very clear cut. Like let's say if I'm doing a wedding portrait, and this is a wedding portrait, let's say it's an one-day weddings and things like that, so we put down on that category. Or if we have a portrait or a maternity shoot or something like that, or children photography, and probably we put onto that category too. So what I'm trying to say is that we want it to be straightforward. We want it to be very effective. That's it.
Okay, great. Do you use any social media websites to promote your studio?
Basically, what we do, like we're having discussions with Andrew again. We try to use at the moment, it's like just Facebook. We have Facebook, we have a Facebook friends, which is, but the thing is at the beginning, I think we set up at the wrong foot, because I'm using my personal account to start to promote, and eventually my fan page is kind of like dead. So now I think the biggest problem at the moment is like we want to find that solutions how to channel more traffic into that as well. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you have a blog. I noticed that.
Yes.
You just put a blog. So how is this blog going on? I mean, why you start the blog?
We started what we want to do. I think blog is quite important because to our kind of work, because we can have able to share. If you have done a wedding, if you have done something like this, a big portrait, we can use the YouTube to put it up here, the video, and able to share with everyone. I think sharing is one of the part where you can get a lot of fans. I think that's one of the way to do it. So we've been using video to come up with things, and we're using YouTube to come up with a video about us and things like that, just to let people know that what actually we have been doing. So that's the main purpose of it.
Great. Thank you very much, Jim.
Okay, thank you.
So back to the panels. Okay, thank you. Okay, I love your website. The loading time is very fast. It's very interactive. It's very interesting that you have this kind of layout. So you decided to go. In my humble opinion, I find a bit of confusing when I see both your blog and website. Yeah, together, like your blogs and your websites, and I was trying to figure out, where should I read for more information on your website? Is it blog? So that is the question where you have to come back to the objective. So what is the objective of the blog, and what is the objective of the website? So if you're not clear, then the viewers will not be.
because I was trying to browse through the website. The first thing that popped on my mind is maybe I can find some galleries, like work that they've done, like portfolios and things like that. But when I go to the weddings and what's the other one? Yeah, portrait, I see a static slideshow where I cannot interact with it. So if I cannot interact with it, I was just like staying there, staring at the screen, like it just keep on going. Right? So if you want to showcase your portfolio on the pictures, maybe you can consider allow users to interact with it, because people are browsing the internet. Me, for example, I don't have really a lot of patience. So I don't really think, okay, this is nice, right? So I will keep on thinking. That's one of the things that I think you want to consider. And also, maybe move more portfolios to the website, I'm not sure, depending on your web objective, of course. And also, one of the things that I would like to see is a contact form. Right now, the button is actually linking to a pop-up function where I need to choose. So it's actually another step for me. So I was like, okay, if I don't know how to interact with the then can you click the button, schedule an appointment. Right. So it will bring up a pop-up. If it's not linked to a live mail, there will be a pop-up function where we have to choose. So if I'm not an IT savvy person and I want to engage you, I will like, okay, what's this? So what's that? So if I should I choose or what? So it is a drawback. So why don't we just have a contact form, nice and easy, people fill up, send. That's it. Right? So that would be probably another nice thing to have. Okay.
I agree with Marcus on one point. This we will have about others. This is always this. Can you go back to the homepage? So, Mike and I just looked at each other, and without saying a word, I think we have the around the same. When you hover the mouse over and all these images come up, I don't like it. Okay. I think it's very distracting. It is confusing. It reminds me of not to be rude, but it reminds me of the olden days where you had these flashy GIF files, the round ones that blink, started to blink, and a smiley face that popped up. It's distracting like that. I would not want to do it. I would say take it out. When you click on watch, I think there's nothing to do. But it's actually not a video. It's a slideshow. That should also not be on the home page. I mean, this is a great picture. The only change I would do is traditionally navigation has been on top. So I would move this. It's nice to look at who's behind the company. I don't have a problem with. But if I want to do more or see portfolio or that, I have to look where the navigation is. I'm used to having it on top. So I would move this on top. Or at least under your logo, but more easily to see. And the other thing that's where I disagree with Marcus, where I agree is that you have lots of information on it, but I would restructure it. And you have, as Marcus pointed out, you have the static images on your main page, but you have lots of articles in your blog. I would put those up as case studies. You wouldn't call it case studies. You call it in a more romantic way, wedding pictures. But I wouldn't have those there. Where you show the process, the results. Your photographs are beautiful, but I don't think you make enough use of it. You have more information around it. So some of the articles out of your blog I will put on your main site to provide more interaction. Then in your blog, you also have camera reviews and review of this poster. Does that bring you any money?
In a way, yes. I'm promoting because I'm the brand ambassador for it. So in a way, I'm an icon ambassador. So all my icon cameras are sponsored, all the lenses are sponsored. So I always promote. So I'm happy to speak, and people will come and get my review from me. So all these are like that.
Maybe I would also be this into a camera reviews under the blog and not mix it up. If you go to your blog, you can see here on the sidebar. There's no structure in the blog itself. It's just article, and there's no consistency to it. So one is the camera holds the review. And if I'm looking for let's say for a wedding photographer, and the first thing I see is spider camera holds. I probably click away because that's not what I want. So I would be a lot more specific. The wedding photography content I would put on the main page. The beach photography, beautiful pictures, onto the main page under separate headings. So we organize the site. The content we already have. All it needs is a bit of organization.
Okay. Alright. Because this is unlike any other e-commerce site, so you don't actually have transactions or any money transactions. So I'm not too sure what is the idea, but what I can see from the features now, you have this appointment link. So I would think that eventually you want to convert people to make an inquiry, to make an appointment. So that would be like a conversion point for you. So what I think is like in the blogs, you have those articles and very nice stuff. But then maybe you can just add that link and make an appointment in every one of those articles, subtly into the end of the article or something, so that you can kind of increase people that they can actually contact you through the blog posts, through the articles. Then other than that, I think it's a very nice site, very image heavy, I guess that's what I've said.
Honest guy again. I want to love your site. I really want to love it because I love photography, but I hate it. I hate your site to death. It is nothing what you represent. Okay? Well, the first thing is that photo's gotta go. You're just telling the story about people behind it, but you're not selling your sets. You don't want to see your team. And the people that you're basically targeting is people who can afford your rates. Looking at your website, they're not cheap. Right? They're not cheap. You're selling to a different factor of people. People are looking for cheap photographers, flying cheap photographers. They're not coming to your website. So you want to rattle and dazzle this kind of people. You want the elite, right? So people like me, if I'm going to get married, I will get married if she's watching this. I want someone to be able to tell my story well. I want to see the stories that you have told. What is your story? What are the stories that you already had experiences with? You're not doing that. You had that opportunity to get me with that watch out video. I was expecting an awesome story about you or some particular couple that got married or some kind of experience that I could relate to. And I want this guy. I want Jim to cover my event. I didn't get that experience at all. First thing is because I worked on it on my iPad. And you have a damn flash presentation in your video. You lost me. You're losing the people that crowd that you want is going to have Pro, is going to have the high browsers, is going to have the tablets. You don't have to target the damn guys on IE6. Right? You know who your target is. Build for them. Screw the others who can't browse HTML5. You don't want them to be your customers. Build for the people who have the equipment that you want the customers. You want them to get the bill right. Build for that. That's my point.
Okay, first things off, okay, I really love your site. I mean, I love your landing page. Not entirely the whole site, the landing page. Okay, but I do agree with Mike in the sense that, while, yes, you are a photography studio, okay, but this picture is wrong. Okay, this would be nice somewhere about us or something. But you want to showcase more of your product, not so.
We put this on the first page because we want to more interactive with whoever that's looking into it. Like to be something new. We feel like say, okay, yeah, you're writing a whole page and picture of the wedding.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's always there's this thing that comes down to what's your primary focus, what are you selling. Of course, here it's just stated as photography studio. I mean, I assume you do a lot of different photographies, but let's say if you want to focus on, let's just say, wedding or something, then it has more that kind of thing. Okay.
But we specialize in both wedding and portrait only, but we don't do fashion so much of things like that. That's why we want to be very easy approach and very friendly, very open, be quite happy. So another point is like. We have 4 teams of photographers, so in a way, somebody might not just book me. Maybe one weekend we might be doing 7 weddings in one weekend, so I'm not here as assistant for that. So in a way, I need people to know my teams, and all my teams, a lot of them are master developers. So I was quite straight and send them to get qualified.
Exactly. You see, you're telling us that story now, but do we know it from that? You know, that video, you telling that story, that personal thing, must be on the side.
The only thing I can tell from this is only the pictures and shows. I mean, you are photographic.
Yes.
Okay, so that really sells. But just that the feel factor that comes out of it is a bit different. Then again, it's each is on everybody's different when you make out it. So some people might like it, oh, you know, it's something. So it's hard on that part to satisfy everyone. But coming back on social media, you mentioned that you want to separate out my personal profile and then go back to your branding, your Facebook and all that. Now the bad news is that you will not get fans overnight. It takes time. Okay? And what I can see is that, for example, one of the things when we were talking, you just mentioned 7 plugins. One idea came up was sorry, that's more marketing.
Yeah.
Is that I was thinking, one of the platforms that you can go into is actually YouTube. Okay? And one of the things that I always feel that a lot of photography studios they miss out is that they're so focused on taking still images, they forgot to take motion. Okay? And I always feel that one of the cool things about this wedding photography, one of the things studios can take advantage of is the behind the scenes. Yeah. For example, you do how the room they do the makeups and how the shots and all this. It doesn't have to be long. It's just a minute or two. Takes different skills and putting a nice video. And actually, you can upload it on YouTube. And let's say the couple share it with their friends, and they share it. Good for you.
And we've been doing it in YouTube now.
Okay.
Is there a difference between YouTube and email?
No. That's
Don't go to YouTube for your level of elite people. Do not go to YouTube. Sorry, but you guys stay on Vimeo. You are A-class, you are HD.
In fact,
you know that level of people. You stay on Vimeo.
I may be wrong. But I think but I think in terms of SEO ranking, I was reading somewhere that email does.
Don't worry about SEO. You don't want quantity for your You are looking at quality people. You just need 3 guys, the top guys in KL to refer you to other people. You don't want 10,000 fans that are all looking for cheap photographers. If they like your photo, they're never going to buy from you. Do that. Right? You go and get the customers you want. Stay on that category.
That's how I feel about Facebook.
Okay.
Because, I get inquiries from Facebook. Usually,
Yes, I ask the price low, price they say, ooh, we can't afford to.
But at least they ask something there, they to strike the conversation.
What we want Facebook actually is the sharing part of it. Even though they might not be able to book us because of pricing, they might be able to say, hey, these are the ones that I can't afford, but correct, you share with somebody.
Right. And rather than share your high quality Vimeo clips on Facebook, you want to Vimeo that's where all the independent creators are. Vimeo is for that group of people. You stay with that. Don't cut down.
So coming back to the behind the scenes, this is one thing I really think it will work because then again, not everyone can have these few times, right? You just have once. So what happens is the couple definitely want to share with those friends who haven't got married, and then it's a liking experience for them. To see what happens and they learn it, they appreciate it, even if it comes from you and you'll be converted to sale. Okay, so that's one for thinking of videos. So improve, for example, like Facebook or Google Plus platforms and all this, okay? Like I said, it will not come overnight. Okay? There is a lot of work you need to do, and since you are a photography company, one of the things you can do is you can run contests, for example. Okay? Run contests, you guys are the expert in pictures. Ask people to submit pictures, for example, you have a team, okay? And then, of course, running one contest will not help you. I mean, you just do a certain number, but as you keep doing it, give out good Nikon cameras as prizes and all that, well, just right up here. Yeah. And then contact share, don't just write text, like I said earlier, Facebook or whatnot, it's text photos, random pictures, very nice pictures, and you'll be surprised people will share them
and that's how it goes. Yeah, right?
You said you're Nikon brand ambassador. You change the logo at the bottom instead of saying I am Nikon, which means nothing to me. Nikon ambassador.
No, that is a very those who know it will know it.
Okay. And now a little bit of crowdsourcing, since we have different opinion about the front of the picture. Can I ask, for show of hands, who likes the picture to be here? Ouch. Ouch. Who thinks the picture should go? Oh, okay.
Okay, great. Jim, if you have anything you want to add, do you have anything, guys? Andrew?
No.
Okay, great. Thank you.